What you done? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you done? What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Yeah. Big Bink Show.
It always bugs me out when we just come right on.
Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. No, I was looking for the other joint where we talk about who we are and what we do. I guess we just have to do that live. What's going on, this Big Bink? Let me wipe my little screen right here. You know, on the podcast, it ain't no rules. You know, I'm Big Bink. Funny. That's my main man, Action Jackson. And this is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, where your ideas, our stories, push the culture forward so we can come up with some solutions and ideas to continue to like I say, to push the culture forward. Man, it's almost the weekend, man. It's damn near Friday. It's been a long week, man.
Count it in. Count it in. It is Friday.
Exactly. It's been a long week, man. And, you know, we in the second week of still trying to talk with these damn braces. We're in the second week of the George Floyd trial, and today was very interesting, bro. Did you see it? You see anything?
Yeah, man. I mean, just that they had the expert witness on that basically his expertise is breathing and life and just the whole lungs, the whole structure. I mean, he's the guy, the go-to. And so what he was just talking about and how he broke it down so elementary to the jury and to the lay person, if you're watching the trial, I mean, you could totally understand what he was talking about. You could totally understand what George Floyd actually went through in those final moments and how excruciating and how painful it was, just the telltale signs that he saw. I mean, he said he saw George Floyd, from the details from his expertise, pushing his fingers and his wrist up against the tire of the car, because that was his last body effort opportunity trying to get air. He was trying to breathe through his hands. And he could see that detail from the photos from the crime scene. So, I mean, again, he just put it all down to a simple science, again, for the everyday person that's watching the trial and for the juror that's listening to it. So, I mean, it was just riveting for me. Again, coming from my background, it was just something that I found really interesting, really telling. And it just watching it made me really, man, I mean, again, feel the pain that George Floyd had to be feeling when he was in those last moments.
It's crazy because, again, no matter how many times I see the video or the picture, it still stirs my heart, man, to look at that. Yeah. And from Dr. Tobin, that was the guy. Dr. Tobin was up there for a long time today. He's up there for a long time today, but he said something that was very profound. He said, and I don't want to, this is not his own words, but this is how I took it. He was like, look, man, what that police officer did to George Floyd, it would have killed a healthy person, let alone somebody who was on fentanyl and all that. When you're on fentanyl, most people who are on fentanyl and had their episodes, they end up going into a coma. George Floyd did not go into a coma. No. He died. Yeah. You know, with all that continuous pain. And I saw the pictures of the esophagus and the, I hope I don't say the wrong words, the thorax or whatever. Yeah. And he had a dime and a quarter in there just showing the width of it to show how narrow the windpipe really is. Yeah. You know? And then when you have all that pressure, you know, because there were times, looking at the photos, the officer's feet, all the weight was resting on George Floyd's neck because his feet wasn't even on the ground.
Yeah, imagine that.
The officer's foot wasn't even on the ground. So where's that balance of where's the balance at? It's all on the neck of George Floyd. And that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and realistically, like he said, I mean, that was 92 pounds. Now imagine putting a 100-pound weight basically on the back of your head and you sitting down. Like get one of them, those little barbells, those little dumb weights, 100-pound weight, and that has a little thing, and put that underneath you and try. It's just, to me, like I said, again, it's just a testament to our justice system that we can see all this and know all this and understand all this, and still this guy is getting a fair trial. So you can't say nothing about it. I mean, it's the justice system at work. But again, tomorrow's going to be even more interesting because they're going to bring in the coroner. So it's going to be kind of like a 1-2 punch on the medical reasons on why George Floyd was murdered. I don't even want to say died anymore. I want to say murdered.
Yeah. That's really crazy. So we'll see what happens. And this trial, I think one of our listeners, Rockadella, said it's supposed to go 2 to 4 weeks. So because the defense need to get their turn. Right.
Yeah, the defense has to have their turn to present their case. But again, it's going to come down to again, like I guess I would say, like most of the pundits are saying, it's going to come down to the expert testimony, because the defense is going to call their expert witnesses and say what they're going to have to say. But then it's going to make it hard to refute again some of the causes of death. Especially like when the coroner comes in tomorrow and kind of like puts a stamp on that. So the defenses have their work cut out for them. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah. Again, I think this man is guilty. Just bottom line. But I mean, we got to go through the justice system as is.
So I'm looking at the makeup of the jury. This is off Google. I put in Floyd jury makeup. Chauvin, that's the police officer, is facing murder charges in George Floyd's death. Among the 12 jurors and 3 alternates selected are 3 black men, 1 black woman, and 2 multiracial jurors. So technically that's 3, 4, 5, 6 African Americans. Among the 12 jurors and 3 alternates selected for the panel are 3 black men. Oh no, we said that. So what is is the other half white?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that from the makeup of the jury, I would say the jury is pretty much balanced. It could have been a little bit more African Americans on there, but then again, it really doesn't make a difference, because this isn't about color. This is about humanity. I mean, look, we all witnessed somebody being murdered. Get that?
True. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
the right thing.
Yeah, regardless of whatever you want to say. Now, with the evidence being shown today, where that's intent, lifting your foot up, where all the pressure's on this man's neck, and you know what it's doing to him. Come on, man, that's intent. He intended to kill this man.
Yeah, and Kathy, hey Kathy, how you doing? And David, how you feeling? And I didn't know his title. We talking about Dr. Tobin, who testified today. He's called a pulmonologist. Chicago education. I'm sorry.
See, I don't even mess
pulmonologist. Pulmonologist. Yeah, he knew his stuff because he's up there for a long time.
Yeah, and he's
Cedar
expert.
Hill, Cedar Hill is in the building. I'm sorry,
so,
David Burns.
Yeah.
David Burns from Cedar Hill is watching. Thank y'all so much for watching. In case you're just tuning in, this is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast with me, Action Jackson, and our homegirl Shani, who will be on in a sec. This is the podcast where we love ideas. This is where we This is when we talk about the community. We talk about ideas and situations that affect us, but we also have fun too. We're on every day at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Time on Media Room 360. So if you haven't downloaded our app, please download the app, Media Room 360, just like it sounds, Media Room 360. Put that in Google.
Yeah.
The app will come up, and you can check out all the program and everything we do on the channel. If you got a Roku TV, we got you there too. Just go to your streaming channels and type in Media Room 360. It's right there. We're also on Amazon. We're on the Fire Stick, Google Play, iOS, like all that, So definitely we want you to download the app and then tell about 10 of your friends so we can get this channel, continue to have the channel up and rocking as we get ready. Is it spring? It's spring, right? Ain't it spring already?
Yeah, pretty much so. It's getting ready to jump off in a few days here, so you might as well call it such. And then don't forget, make sure you like and you comment. We want to hear your comments on what we're talking about because we're talking about real life. And if it's affecting us and it's affecting you. So we want to know what you think about it and how you feeling about it, because then that'll help the dialogue. We need to have conversation, people. That's the thing that is messed up, I think, on this planet right now. Ain't nobody talking. We afraid to talk because we're afraid to offend, but we shouldn't be afraid to offend. If you believe in what you believe, then get involved in the conversation. Just, be able to back up your belief with facts and common sense and break room talk.
It's funny because we're in an era where everybody is speaking up, whether it's right or wrong. People losing their mind. People standing up for what's right. You got other people losing their mind. People killing people. Just had a mass shooting in Bryan, Texas today. We got to get more information on that. Biden just went in and did he sign a bill for gun control?
No, there's no bill yet. He's because any bill would have to go through Congress. But what he did do was use his executive power and try to do some legislation that type of way. As far as the president could do. But I don't know. This whole issue with guns is really like a touchy subject. I carry, I'm a licensed gun carrier. I have my CHL for a long time, my concealed handgun license, and I don't got no problem with guns or people that carry guns. I got problems when you allow people that obviously have issues have access to guns. And I think as a gun advocate, your Second Amendment rights are protected because they're constitutional. And don't ever forget that. See, people on the right like to play that they're gonna take our guns away Constitution on the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is part of the Constitution, people. All right, it's not going to get changed. The only way you can change the Second Amendment is ratify it. And the only way you can ratify anything in the Constitution is you got to have 2/3 of a majority, and that ain't gonna never happen because Democrat or Republican, it ain't gonna be 2/3 of nobody in the Congress that's gonna say, yeah, let's get rid of guns. So you always gonna have the right to bear arms and have guns. Now, what type of guns? That's a whole nother issue. Do we really need AR-15s all around America? I don't know.
Those guns.
I don't know.
Those guns were designed to just plummet somebody, to just break them up in half. Why are you walking around with an AR-15? I was in the military. I understand. I understand the impact of weapons. Trust me, I do. And again, that's a debate. That's something maybe you should chime in on. Should we realistically, where we at right now in America? Do we need all these AR-15s all around the country, just all in crazy hands and loose hands? I don't think so. Even if you have one, that's cool. If you want to own one, my brother-in-law owns a couple. My sister got one. So again, we are a gun family. But again, do we really need that? We could have sensible background checks that would curb all that. Yeah, I was looking at some research the other day. Gun sales are up 42% in the U.S.
Repacking.
And then I think about those other countries that they got people that's even scared to steal stuff, because if you steal stuff, you get your hand chopped off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever's clever over here.
America is packed. Trust me on that. When I tell you right now, America is packing. America is packing. Everybody got guns. Okay, so that's what kills me though. It's like everybody with all this gun advocacy and all this other stuff. When all this junk pop off, don't nobody start shooting. You talking all that rah-rah, I need my guns. But when you see all these incidents happen and these mass shootings occur, you don't see nobody pulling out no guns, shooting at the shooter. You see pictures of people running.
That's true. That's true.
All y'all about this rah-rah and give me my gun and don't take my gun away and I need all this gun. I got 8 or 9 guns. When the shit pops off, all y'all are running.
Yeah,
y'all talk that life, but when that life comes, you really ain't about that life. So let's keep it a buck. Like Michael Shaw says in the morning. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
All right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Look at any video. Look at any video, B. When the shit starts popping off, people start running.
Yeah, they out of there. They're not trying
Nobody having no shootouts.
They ain't trying to be no hero then.
No.
Nah. What was I about to say? The hate crimes against Asian Americans, something else that's going on. So yeah. I saw a couple of stories. Obviously, we saw the woman, the 65-year-old Asian who was kicked and damn near plummeted on I think it was I don't know if this was in New York or not, but it was in the street, broad daylight, looked like a black dude, or a dude of color. Let me say that. He could have been it looked like a dude of color. And I know he was a dude of color. I just couldn't really tell his race. But he knocked the lady down, stepped on her head, hit her. And what was quite disturbing, the people who worked in the building, like where it happened, like right there, you could see out the glass door. They saw it and they kind of like turned a blind eye. Like, let me shut this door. We don't want to be a part of that. You know, like, damn, he tore her up. But no, I ain't trying to mess with that. So, according to reports, I think they got fired because I think it happened in front of a hotel. So they chose not to help the lady, and it's crazy. And there's so many videos out there where people are just minding their own business. You would think somebody would help. There's another video that was very popular. I ain't gonna say popular, but it went viral maybe about a month ago, close to a month ago. It was with 2 teenage girls. I think they was 13 and 15, and they jacked the Uber driver. The Uber driver was a man of color, and I might not have his race right, but he was maybe Pakistani or Arabic or
let's go with Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern. There you go. I was trying to find a blanket race for that. Middle Eastern. And these girls found a way to take his car, and he was hollering, "This is my car. Don't do this. Don't do this." And you hear them trying to jack him. You hear the tires screeching. You see the car take off. You see the man hanging on to dear life on the car. Well, the car ended up crashing into some building. I think this was downtown New York, I think. I'm not sure. It was downtown somewhere. And the guy flew out the car. He died. But in the video, they blurred it out, but his body is laying there, right? The 2 girls get out the car. One of them hollering like, "Oh, I forgot my phone." You hear people saying, "Hey, that's not their car. They stole it." But you see this man here, and again, it was blurred out, so I couldn't tell the condition if he was, mangled or whatever, to say it in so many words. Nobody's over there checking on him. You got military people there in military uniforms telling people to get away from the car because gas was leaking. But this man is over here, laid out, possibly deceased, or maybe struggling for his life. And nobody on the video that was shown. Nope, it was like he wasn't even there. And I'm just like, man, but you see this all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know on that one. That's kind of hard because again, even if you care, even if I saw somebody flipped out of a car like that and not moving, I don't know if I would want to be the first one to run over there. I'm not medically trained because what can I do? Because obviously I can't at this point in time, and nobody should, honestly. I mean, give mouth to mouth. I mean, you can go chest compress and go CPR, but he might have a breakage. He just got thrown from a car, so I would be hesitant on that. Just on that. Just that. That's just me.
Block it off.
I understand your point though. That no, yeah. I mean, honestly, the bottom line is that people, again, it's like we really need each other, but we don't act like we need each other.
we're so desensitized to all
Yeah,
this killing
really,
and all
really.
these negative things happening. It's like we see it so much on the videos when it happen in real life. We're like, oh yeah, man, that was wild. So what y'all doing later? What y'all got going on later? He ain't even moving. Man, that's crazy. Just like the video we talked about a couple of weeks ago in Chicago. They went and shot up this party, and you got a dude saying, man, they done shot the party. Oh, he dead over there. Golly. Man, they tripping. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, we at that stage though. I mean,
so
it's just
desensitized.
Yeah, I mean, that's because it's the norm. I mean, that's what the media shows us most of the time, and that's what we get to know and understand. I mean, again, it's all gloom and doom. But I mean, but again, I think people just need to honestly, you know, if you're gonna be about that life, be about that life. That's all I can say about that. And I'll just leave it at that. And if you're not about that life, then don't try to be about that life. You know what I mean? It's like real talk. That's all I can say. I'm not going to try to touch that subject.
And you got people, you know, unfortunately, the Asian race in America is going through what we've been going through for 400 plus here in this country. So now they're a victim of random crimes, random jackings, random beatings. Martial arts artist Sakura Komui, I hope I didn't say her name wrong. I probably did. Sakura Kokumai. There we go. Kokumai. There we go. Sakura Kokumai. That's her name. She's a martial arts female. And this dude, she's practicing in the park, doing her thing, minding her business. And here come this dude. Go back home. I'll kill you. I'll kill your boyfriend. You stupid bitch. Like just going on, white boy. Just going off on her, man. And she laughing like, nah, stay over there, dog. Like, you don't want none of this smoke. You know. So again, you know, people just think they can just go up to anybody and try to fight them or whatever. Or I'm standing for my country. You know, with the previous administration saying that the coronavirus, the China people brought it over here, you know, and people taking that and running with it, you know.
I mean, it's deeper than that. I mean, this again, a Michael Sean reference. Let's keep it a buck. America is a racist country. I mean, it was founded on racism. It's based on racism, and again, it's always been racist. And again, that's not a bad thing. If you're into racism. You understand? It's like it's like a part of the fabric. Like you don't throw out your favorite shirt just because something's wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, that's America. You know, we it's our favorite shirt, but we don't want to throw it out even though it's got its flaws. So I mean, it's something we just gotta live with. And so again, people are always gonna be racist, and we gotta come to grips with that fact. It ain't gonna ever get eradicated because it's been around since the beginning of the time. And so it's racism is here. But my thing is we should do like with the listeners right now and you, like do one of those, what would you do? Let's get it in the comment section. So if you saw something wrong, smack going on, and this is something that, you know, again, I'm just putting out there, Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. We here every night. We talk about stuff like this. Me, Big Bink, Shawnee. Again, right here on Media Room 360. You can catch us every night, 8 p.m. Central. And we like to get in conversations like this and get you engaged in conversations like this. So again, what would you do if you saw some craziness popping off in front of you? If you saw some wrong stuff that you know was wrong, what would you do? Give them the scenario, Bink. Give them a scenario. Anyone you can think of right now, Bink. Like the guy, the Asian woman walking and they shut the door. What would you do? The girl in the park. What would you do? Give them a scenario.
Here's a scenario that I've seen personally.
Okay.
So you're in a restaurant, and in this restaurant, it's normal traffic, people coming in and out. But there's this unruly patron who is killing the girl at the register, calling out a name, not moving because, you know, she's ordered. It's time for her to move so somebody else can order. She's not moving. She cussing. She acting ignorant. You next in line. You just trying to get your food. Are you going to say something? Are you going to leave the restaurant? Are you going to address this woman? Are you going to ask for a manager? Like old boy say, I forget the dude's name. What would you do?
Yeah, I'm curious because it's like, I mean, we need to know because again, we need to have conversations because a lot of this stuff is popping off. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of stuff happens around and people are there. People are there in these situations. And most of the time, what do people do? They pull out their phone and start filming. Instead of trying to jump in a situation, they're trying to get something to go viral on their timeline. But, you know, it is what it is. That's America. That's part of that stain in that favorite shirt of yours.
I forgot about that. You're right. Everybody gets their phone out.
Yeah.
Before rendering aid, rendering help. We could take it back to we found out some of the officers that was doing the cleanup, if you will, and identifying the bodies after Kobe had the crash in the helicopter. And we found out that they were taking pictures. And some of those pictures were shared among themselves. You know, now.
Oh, there she goes.
Hey, Shani.
Hey.
At that point, you know, it wasn't nothing they could do to bring those people back to life, but they still took it among themselves, you know, to take those pictures. And I read the autopsy of everything that happened to Kobe Bryant. That autopsy was really, really detailed, and it was scary to read for all the things that he suffered in his crash, and him and his daughter. You know, so, but I mean, you taking time to take pictures and stuff. Well, I know you got to take stuff for work, but you know, I was told
no, they were taking personal pictures.
Right? Because they shared it among themselves. Like, damn, look at you know. So, Sean, we're just talking about we're on an episode of What Would You Do? We're talking about all of the bystanders who are around when we see these videos. You know. When we see the Uber driver getting jacked, when we see the Asian lady walking down the street and getting knocked upside her head and kicked in the head several times by the big dude of color, because I don't know if he's black or not. He was something. He wasn't white. But we notice people just don't give a heck. You know, like Jackie said in the comments, you know, some people think if I intervene, I'll get killed. And that's true. So me and Action just put a scenario out there of the woman that I've seen before recently, of the woman at the counter who's in line ordering, let's just say, some chicken. You behind her, but she going off on the lady at the register because the lady on the register knew, and she ain't got the strokes down on the keyboard or whatever. She cussing, she, you know, throwing stuff around. She won't get out of line, but you behind her though. So me and Action asked the question, and we got real serious. What would you do?
Stand there and look.
You wouldn't intervene?
What I'm gonna say? What I'm gonna say?
Move or something. Get out the way.
You wouldn't try. I mean, like if you knew this lady was just being an asshole to the cashier and just giving her a hard time. And I mean, you wouldn't step up and try to help with the cashier. Be like, man, you know, she can't help you. Like, why are you talking to her all crazy? Why are you talking to her all crazy? She just work here. She got a job just like you got a job.
It depends on if she say something that triggered me to do that, yeah. But for the most part, when I've seen that, I just, you know, when they get finished, they, you know, get out the way. But no, I'm not one that's gonna just be like, hey, stop talking to her like that. No, that's not what I'm gonna do.
You're not gonna get involved?
I ain't gonna get involved. No, I'm not gonna get involved. And it's funny because, you know, I don't know nobody that go hard for me. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna get involved. No. I had somebody call me recently that criticized me really hard about a situation and something that I needed somebody to step up. And now all of a sudden they're in that situation and it became, well, what are we gonna do to fix this problem? No, not we. Cause see, when it was me, I was wrong. So no, I'm, you know, now if it's my child or something, if somebody going off on my child like that, then I'm gonna get involved. But just
that's family.
some people
that's no.
that I don't know, the girl at Walmart getting cussed out by the person in front of me because I don't know, she rang the grapes up wrong. I might get a manager or something.
But
I'm not gonna say to the person, you know, you wrong for that. You know, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, you would do that.
It all depends, though. Just like you, but I'll be quick to step up and say something. I'll be like, man, that ain't necessary, because they would.
Yeah, I might say that.
Because I would be out because I know when people get into their moments like that, they want to try to look around and engage the crowd to try to get you on their side. And I would let them know right now, nah, nigga, I ain't on your side.
Right.
That's what you doing that's unnecessary.
I'm like Jackie. Think about your families. They want you to come home rather than be killed as a hero. Because you don't know.
Why does everybody think you're gonna get killed if you intervene?
Well, it don't matter. You might not be killed, but you might get into a fight, and then you know it gets once it goes to a certain level. Now you got to defend yourself. What the person behind the counter gonna do for me? If I start defending them, and the person that I'm, you know, saying, hey, you know what, you wrong, you shouldn't be talking to her or him like that, and this person swing on me, what the person behind the counter gonna do? Because me, quite frankly, if you behind the counter and you know this could be a possible situation when you working in a store or something like this, you need to know how to defend yourself. Because if I'm behind the counter and you going off on me, I'm gonna be nice a couple times. Like when I worked at McDonald's, you know, that would happen a lot. People be mad because the ice cream machine wasn't working, or whoever was on the drive-thru got their order wrong.
Yeah, and I got a problem with that too. So I might have been one of them customers.
So I would try to talk to them, and usually, you know, just talking to them. If I said, hey, I understand you upset, you know, this is what I can do to fix it. Usually that would diffuse the problem. But if I had one of them, you know, it was rare that one of them real ignorant people would just keep on going, then Keystone Polk would show up and they back off. So, you know, they'd be like, oh, okay, we don't want none of that smoke. We don't want none of that smoke.
Exactly. Again, that's why it would depend upon the situation. If I see the person behind the counter can help themselves, then I'm not going to intervene. But again, I'm not going to jump on nobody's side and be like, yeah, you doing your thing. Go ahead, give her that. No, and see, and then in those situations, I don't go into a fight looking for a fight. You know what I mean? So I'm not coming at you all hostile, like, yeah, nigga, you wrong. No, I'm like, I'll just give you that look and that understanding that no, you wrong. I'm not on your side, and you need to chill out because you embarrassing not only yourself, but you embarrassing everything around you.
Well, if it's an old person, like if they old on the counter and they get to shaking and stuff, then yeah.
See, Shawnee got stipulations.
Yeah, if they 25, and I can look at them and know they know all the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion songs. No, they need to speak up for themselves. They got this.
If they can rap a Cardi B song, you should be able to fight your way out of something.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But I think we just you know, and now that I think about it, when Shawnee and Jackie was saying, you know, be a hero and then them be the people that end up, you know, getting hurt or whatever. I saw a full video of a fight in Walmart between an employee and a black dude. And it started out as an argument, loud talking, everybody looking, you know, everybody. Then you start seeing the phones. Then you start seeing the phones. But then, so it was that boy Willie, and we're gonna call the white boy John. So Willie was about to go in on John. But that boy Pookie over there saw what was happening. He saw John was getting bullied by Willie. So Pookie came up, was like, John, watch out, dog. Why are you bullying him? If you're gonna do something to me. These fools had a 2-3 round fight inside a Walmart with everybody like this. And the dude that was going in on John ended up, getting hands put on him by Pookie. But I mean, blood and everything. But
yeah,
the security guard, even a security guard, he came over there and was like, "Y'all stop." That's how I am. Going back over there.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like,
but
security guard. He's not the police.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to go into a fight looking for a fight. If I see the situation is hostile already, I ain't coming in with no hostility unless I got my own intent. Like, I just want to fight today, and this nigga that nigga's dead.
So what if y'all see somebody fighting an old person? You see somebody bullying an old person. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna say nothing.
I would call my 3 best friends.
Oh yeah, of course. If I see anyone, no, I'm old school like that. I'm sorry. I was raised in a different generation. If I see any younger person, and I know that they don't know that person, like that situation where that Asian lady got jacked up by a dude, I would have been, if I would have just been a normal patron walking through that door and saw that happen when that happened. Oh, he would have got handled by me real quick. I would have just jumped on him. Big old
man, that was a big man.
I don't care. Big man can fall too.
I mean,
but I'm not. I would never. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just how I was raised. How I am. And if I see somebody disrespecting an older person like that, brutalizing them in my presence, no, dude. Sorry, you're gonna have to see me on that one. And you my age
won't take too long.
Yeah. You got to see me on that situation. Hey, I'm sorry.
That's the best I can do because I got 2 daughters. I'm trying to get home too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get home to everybody too. But again,
I got time.
Again,
and then when you don't know the whole situation, then people be turning on you, and it's just too much.
That could happen too. I'm just saying if I would have been in that situation and I knew that man was just brutalizing her and kicking her like he kicked her, you saw that, and I was walking through there, I'd be like, oh hell no, dude. no, I don't care if you
but what would you have done?
I don't care if you know her. You're not gonna do this in front of me.
So he kicked her because like the security guards.
No, he knocked her down and then he kicked her.
And then he stepped over. So at what point would you have been like, would you would have just grabbed him? Would you would have ripped him up? I mean, what would you have done?
No, I'm not going to chase after nobody. I'm not the police. But I guarantee you at that point, if he had knocked her down, kicked her, and then backed off like he did, he wasn't going to come back in for no more. And I would have told him right then, hey, dude, like, listen, if you come back, if you step to her again, you got to step to me in the store. Okay,
so like, so this happened in front of a store. There were employees there, a security guard that closed the door. Now if you were inside of that store, would you have went out while it was going on and said, "Hey man, get off of her," or would you sit there and watch it?
No, I would have sat there and watched nothing. Again, understand what I am saying. If that happens in my presence, it's not only a compulsion of mine, it's just the way I was brought up. It is not going to happen to somebody elderly in my presence. It's not. And again, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. I'm not that person. If the Lord calls me whatever day, because he can call you at any time, you just got to be ready to go. And if that's my day, that's my day. That's how I look at life. Because everybody's going to die. I don't care how healthy you are. If you vegan, if you run every day, if you doing the right thing, you can go to church 5 times a week. You are going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just not gonna die like that.
Okay, but again, that's not a choice of yours. You can't choose how you gonna die.
I know I'm not gonna be jumping in no fight behind nobody.
You don't know how you gonna die, Shawnee. You just said you'll do it for your kids or your family.
For my kids.
Okay, so then that's jumping in a fight for somebody.
Yeah, for my kids, but not just
regardless, you don't know
that I don't know.
The point is, you said I'm not gonna die fighting nobody. You don't know how you're going to die. Whether it's for your kids or whether it's for somebody else, you don't know how you're going to die. You say, I'm not going to die fighting for somebody. You don't know what that plan may be at the end of the rainbow. I'm not saying that. I'm not ruling that out. I could die fighting for somebody. I could die in my sleep. I could die driving my car. I could die talking on this podcast. but the point is, I don't know. So I don't live my life like that. And if the Lord calls me, if I happen to be you think if Martin Luther King thought like that, you think he still, where would we be? If Malcolm X thought like that, where would we be?
But that's what they was called for. That's all I'm saying.
They weren't called for nothing.
The question was,
they weren't called for nothing.
Would you step in and intervene if somebody was being rude, disrespected?
If somebody was beating up an elderly person, like I saw that man beating up on tape, yes, I would intervene in the story, put a period on. So
my answer to that is no, I'm not. I just call 911. I'm not stepping in there.
Okay, call 911. Wyclef, I'm jumping in.
I'm not. I ain't jumping in.
Who is Sherry? Jackie say I'm praying for Sherry.
Talking about action white.
My wife.
Oh,
no. Don't pray for, because again, I'm not foolish with mine either. But if I see something, that's why, again, maybe that's why the Lord keeps stuff like that away from my eyes, because I don't run into stuff like that, because he knows my heart.
And that's right, Erica. There, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. And just like, there are no true civil rights activists, I feel that way about some other stuff too. That there are some things that some of us could control that we don't. It's some stuff that we let go of. But what I've done is sat down and decided, okay, this is what's important to me, and this is what I'm gonna take care of. Because stepping out there for people, and I've done that before in the past.
Lucy.
And you step out there for people, hey, Lucy, and people don't step back for you. So I'm, and it's like, when them people like my daughters will ask me if somebody stuck on the side of the road, you don't want to stop and help them? No, because I don't know them. I'll call 911 for them, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. Again, there are certain situations, but again, it all depends. But on the situation where you're describing to me, again, I know my heart, and I know how I would react in that situation if I saw something like that occurring. So again, it's just like, I know how it would trigger me as a person. I wouldn't, as a person, as an individual, it wouldn't even feel right in my soul just sit back and just watch that happen and not do nothing, not say nothing, not react in some kind of way. It couldn't do that.
After they leave, I go out there and get the person and bring them into safety.
No.
But I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said,
it's a good topic, man. Like, this is, again, we are living in a time where you could basically see somebody die every day on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Videos are out there. People are sharing them. People are liking them. People are bragging about them. Autopsies are being shown. Videos of pictures of the Y cut. All that. They just throwing it out there. We're so desensitized to this behavior. I wanted to talk about DMX before we got out of here. Just looking at the latest with that. If you don't know, DMX was found late Friday last week, overdosed, and
we not laughing at DMX. We laughing at Kathy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kathy, thank you for that. I'm with you too, Shawnee, on that one. I'm with you. I'm on Team Shawnee on that one. I'm not just gonna stop somebody in the woods.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen people get caught up like that. Well, I've seen shows where people got caught up trying to help somebody. Yeah. But DMX last Friday, OD was left alone for like 30 minutes before somebody found him. Low to no brain activity. I know there were reports saying he did have some. There were reports saying that he didn't. Latest report from TMZ as of today, they ran tests on him yesterday, and there is no brain activity. And the family eventually is going to have to make a decision because he's currently on life support. That's a tough one. We can't say what we would do unless we were in that situation. I mean, we can play around with it, but until we're actually there, And if we had to make a decision, I mean, I don't even think I could answer that right now. But
nope.
It's hard.
Yeah, DMX, possibly in a vegetative state. I don't know how long the family is going to keep him. Is going to keep him, in that state. But it's been Friday. It's going to be a week tomorrow, just about a week. So all we can do is continue to pray.
What happened, Erica? She said she's been there. What happened? Tell us the story real quick. Just type it in there and tell us the story. She said and she's been there. So I'm curious. So, like, what family member did you have to go through with that?
We went through that with my cousin that got hit by the car.
By the 18-wheeler?
No, that wasn't my cousin. That was a case I was working on. But my little cousin got hit by a car, and they instantly wanted to just take him, but he had good organs. And that was the thing. He had signed up as an organ donor. So that it was kind of a lot of pressure. So his dad is my first cousin. And we were kind of back and forth. Because I'm like, he young. Give him time to come back. But at the end of the day, it was down to the mom and the dad. And the mom and the dad decided to just go on and pull the plug, which was sad. Because he wasn't nothing. He would have been 20. It was like 5-6 days before his 21st birthday.
So, I mean, was he in that kind of state where he was not? He wasn't going to come back.
We don't know.
What happened to him? He was hit by the car, and then he was
hit by the car.
That was last year. That was last year, right?
And
he was walking on the side of the road.
Yeah,
I remember. Right.
So he's in coma. So he must have been in coma.
Yeah, and like a couple nights, I spent the night there with him. And so you're watching the machines, and they were getting better. The numbers were getting better.
Okay.
He wasn't responsive. He wasn't doing anything, but not to be too graphic, but like all of the fluids coming out of his body were clear. They weren't dark or anything. So, so everything was still working. It was just that his head had gotten, he had a real bad head injury.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the doctors probably may have went to them and let him know his diagnosis and was like, okay, because of that, I don't know. But yeah, that'd be a hard decision.
Lucy had. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Lucy left a comment and said she thought that DMX was coherent. There were reports out that said he was coherent, but I don't think those reports were accurate. There was a lot of stuff out there, like according to TMZ, which is usually 99.6% on point. They've been saying that he's had little to no brain activity since day one. So, and if you're left alone for 30 minutes, although anything's possible, but if you're left alone for 30 minutes with no brain activity, the odds of coming back from that are very slim. So again, all we can do is pray and, celebrate him. I'm glad he got a chance to do that versus with Snoop. Got a chance to see him in his element. And I know he did a couple of shows. Ironically, he was supposed to come to Dallas, Fort Worth, where we're based, next month on the 25th. So that's just ironic, that happened. And, we just.
That's just a tough one. That's just a hard one to just go through. Because, we lose so many. I remember the news when Michael, that came across the wire, and just the Prince, when that came across the wire, it's just one of those things where you like, man, it's like, again, that's one of those things that everybody does. That's just all you gotta say.
Yeah, they drug Claudia Jordan pretty bad on Twitter because she tweeted out "Rest in Paradise" to DMX.
Did she? Oh, man.
Yeah, she did this. I think it was yesterday. That was the night before last. And I know like everybody got mad at her because, there were no reports out saying that. But it's possible that she might know somebody that knows something.
Yeah, she was living. She was in that world. She was in that world where she was in the video world. So and then in the Hollywood world too. So she may know something we don't know. Maybe that they don't want to report him like that right now.
Yeah, Kathy. I remember you telling her this. Her friend OD'd and was in a coma for 2 months, and he's alive and learning to walk and talking better.
Really? There you go. There's
wow.
there's a moment.
Possible.
So anything's possible. Wow.
Yeah, because I thought about Lamar Odom. You remember he did the same thing?
I forgot about him. He showed.
And they had rolled him off.
He was jacked up for a while and then ended up coming back. Good one, Shawnee. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But Chloe's looking good now. I'm just side note. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, she done got her face all did up and her body all did up. Now she look like
So why that mean she look good? Because she got her face done up.
That right there.
Yeah.
Because the dog liked it.
She looked like her sister now. She looked like Kim Kardashian.
No, she don't. She looked like Chloe. She looked like her own self. She just caught up with the rest of them. No.
There you go. I would take that statement. Yeah, she caught up with the rest of them because she was kind of chunky.
Well, I didn't mind chunky. Just to put that out there for the ladies.
I mean, but you said she done got her face done.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
She was chunky at first, but that's how I could tell them apart because she was the chunkiest out of all of them. They all look the same to me. She looked just like her sister now. She looked just like Kim Kardashian.
She looks like her mom.
Cut up. She might got cut up and curved and all that stuff, but to me, she got body now. I know she got her booty done, and she looked just like Kim Kardashian.
Well, I don't know.
Like that.
No, not like so much like that. I don't think she looks like Kim. I don't think she looks like. I mean, she just got. I think, just body wise, she was always one of the thick girls of the whole quartet, and so it's like that was cool with me. I like that thickness. That's just me. But that's just me. I'm sorry.
Right, Erica. Right. But that's my point. Like y'all talking about, oh, she got body now. Y'all giving this woman mad props that just had all this plastic surgery, and then you turn around and wonder why. Well, I don't understand why y'all be putting weave in y'all hair and y'all get all them fake body parts because it is conversation right here.
No, why?
That's a good argument. However,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is because that's what y'all do. Y'all sit up there and just, y'all go on and on and on and on and on about these plastic, the Barbie doll chicks. She look good.
But then,
I ain't got no tracks in my head now. I ain't heard nobody say, "Oh, Shonda, your hair is really pretty."
Okay.
Yeah. I put the tracks in. Oh, Shonda, your hair look good. Shonda ain't got no makeup on. You all right, Shonda?
Okay. What about the pressure that gets put on me when the wife swoons over Michael B. Jordan? I gotta look like that now. I gotta go looking like Wakanda now.
Yeah, but you in shape and stuff. What you talking about? It's not like
okay, but that's irrelevant.
No, that's
I gotta stay that way. I gotta stay that way. It's pressure on us too.
Yeah, but you work out. That's your life. Like.
Yeah, but it's pressure. I don't want to work out no more. I want to get fat. I want to weigh 300 pounds.
Well, then weigh 300 pounds.
I can't because I got the pressure on me to look like Michael B. Jordan.
Man, please get up out of here with that. Get up out of here with that.
Billy say he big up your hair. You ain't say nothing. That's what Billy said.
Yeah, Billy, tell her, Billy.
I'm not talking about Billy. I'm talking about Action and Bink.
I said your hair looked fabulous the first day you got it.
Thank you, Billy. I said thank you because you were the first one to say that my hair was pretty, my natural hair. Mm-hmm. He did. He said it 2 days in a row. The first day I didn't have my tracks in, he said it, and then yesterday he said something about it. So I remember.
Hey, Billy, add a brownie with that, and you getting somewhere.
And Chick-fil-A with that HB stuck account.
Add a brownie with that, Billy, and you're in the game, player.
Hey, look, tomorrow we will. Oh God, I'm messing this up. What's the show we did? Oh, with the AIDS people.
The AIDS and HIV.
Tomorrow, we always do a best of show from the week.
No,
so tomorrow we're gonna. He said what?
No, Lucy said I don't want to weigh 300 pounds. No, I don't. I really don't.
We're gonna rerun the show the AIDS ride that Action is doing with special guest Percival. What's his name?
Percival.
Yes,
Percy.
Percival.
Just
That
Percy.
boy,
We
that,
saying
that
his
boy
name wrong,
Percy,
Percy.
and that boy Gonzalo.
Percival. We Percival just
Yeah, Percival gave some good insight on statistics and AIDS, and I never forget. I was number 7 at the clinic when I had gonorrhea. I never forget. I'm an open book. I had it. It was 1990. I did it to. I've been not saying
Close the book.
You got it one time in your life.
Close the book.
Yeah, gonorrhea 1990. I think it was. It was July. I was number 7 at the clinic.
Does that come back, or does it?
No, gonorrhea is just like colds come back. It's just like
this goes nowhere good.
It's just an STD, and you get rid of it. And they give some amoxicillin, and they shoot you in the booty. And then you know what was embarrassing? It wasn't embarrassing. It was embarrassing. First of all, I went in there and I saw one of my high school classmates in there. I'm like, "What you doing?" She was like,
you doing?
No, she was coming to see if she was coming to see if she was pregnant. That's what she was coming for.
Oh, okay.
And I saw another one of my homies in there. I'm like, dude, what you do? He's like, I'm coming to get a physical. I say, nigga, they don't do physicals in here. They don't do physicals. So I went up there
for the same reason.
Oh man.
Hey, I keep it real. So I went up just real quick. I went up to there. I was number 7. I never forget. Went in there. Lady was it was an older lady too. She was just like, you young men, y'all just don't understand. Put your pants down. I'm like, oh man. And then here go. Man, let me get graphic for a minute, but it's all
no.
Come on, man. I want to. Man.
Go ahead, go.
When you have gonorrhea, you have leakage, coming from the hole of your penis, and it sticks to the drawers, right? It sticks to your drawers. So
this how you found out you had it?
No, I was in denial for about 3 days.
So what happened?
I'm in denial right now. I'm in denial right now.
What happened to let you know something wrong?
Well, when it continued, the leakage, the drip, I was like, okay, something ain't right. Then you wake up, your penis sticking to your drawers. You like, wait a minute, something ain't right. You get the napkin, you try to clean it off. You try to clean it off, and it just kept on. I was like, man.
He said you get the napkin and you clean it off.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
I tried.
That what you was doing?
I tried. So I went to the clinic on 13th and was it 13th and Wabash?
Oh, the thing he said something was wrong. Like, something's leaking out and shit. Yeah, something's wrong
at the crib. And so she told her put your pants down. She was just upset. She was an older lady, like somebody, older auntie. She was like, did you protect yourself? I was like, no. Why not? And I was like, I thought she was cute, and it just happened. And then she was like, she took it, right? She took it, give it here. And so what they do is they take this. Hold on, let me get graphic. Right? This is we all adults here. This is the head.
Yeah, Jackie, it's global. Yeah,
what they do?
People in China right now are hearing this story.
What they do is they take that. Now this is a long time. They take the Q-tip, right, and they throw it in there. Oh wait.
Come on, man.
Boom. And they turn it. Boom. Then they put it on a piece of glass. Yeah, the Q-tip. There you go, Billy. They put it on a piece of glass. Boom, boom. Then they run it up under the microscope or whatever. Then you wait about 5 minutes and they tell you what you got. So she was like, bend over, shot me in the butt, gave me some amoxicillin, gave me about 40 condoms, and was like, I bet not see you in here again. I'm like, yes, ma'am. And
so it's like our pap smear.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
No, I've never told that story before. And anybody who's watching from Chicago, I will say the name, but this was back in the 90s. I don't even know where she at now, but
she might still be out there burning people.
See, we do therapy on Big Bink's break room. Yeah. Okay.
I've been good ever since.
8 o'clock right here, Meeting Room 360. We do therapy.
You learned your lesson.
Yeah, Bink got that off his chest. Oh yeah, I'm sure you did.
Oh, I just feel a release.
So was that the only one? Is that the only STD you ever had?
That was the only one, yeah, back in 1990, July 1990. But there, you go through a period where you're in denial, like, man, this ain't nothing, man. I just, just something. But 3 days later, I'm like, oh, remember that song? 3 days later, go see the doctor. Yep, I went to go see that bad boy. I was number 7 at the clinic. I'll never forget. So anybody else got burnt before? Please share.
No,
what was funny to me was on Girls Trip when
my nuts is fine.
What's her name? The comedian that's dating Common?
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, her character went to the clinic because she had got chlamydia from somebody. And I was like, ooh. And okay. Wow.
What?
Yeah, I was like.
Oh, you saying it happened for real or in the movie?
No, in the movie.
Oh,
and how she was reacting.
Oh, okay.
You know, like she's coming out, I just got chlamydia, y'all.
Chlamydia is the clap. That's like the best thing you could have got back in the day. That's the clap. That's like, you know, it's levels. Like you don't want to get.
You gotta braid it.
Yeah,
like the best
thing. The claps is the easiest. Like you don't want to get syphilis. Like syphilis don't go away. You don't want to get herpes. Herpes never goes away. And shoot,
hey, Billy, I just died too. He said that's the best thing. Like,
and we used to have.
Don't you want to not get nothing?
We used to have a nurse.
Would
on
that
campus.
be the best thing, Shotty?
We used to have a nurse on campus, and when we see people going into the clinic on the yard, we be like, "Oh yeah, you got something going on there. Well, wonder what's wrong with him." You know, so yeah.
Well,
that was
Usher has another baby. He got some more babies even after his herpes diagnosis.
He do?
Yeah.
I thought that was a phony. That big girl was not big girl. That girl was throwing some false lies about Usher. That was for real.
Yeah.
Hey, she said
I don't think that was well.
Yeah, I don't think it was for real either. Usher did the right thing.
Why y'all don't think it was for real?
He didn't say a word, and everybody forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't.
No, everybody ain't forgot about that.
Well, obviously somebody did. He got more kids.
I mean, I guess she was okay with
it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, look, tomorrow how do we start talking about this? Because we rerunning the best of show from this week, which was Actions AIDS Ride and the information that could help you about AIDS and HIV with Percival and that boy Gonzalo. We'll be running that tomorrow at 8:00. So you all have a great weekend.
Oh, wait. We got a we got a promo. I'm sorry I was late because I was at the, track.
Yeah, you got mommy duties. It's okay. We've all had parenting duties.
I had it yesterday. I had to leave like on the spot. I had to go get BJ and them yesterday.
And then Wednesday I had the volleyball practice. We are parents, Johnny, and doing this. Yeah, absolutely. Doing this in 2021. That's how we do it.
So I had a promo. I'm trying to find it so we can run it right quick, but I can't find it. But next Thursday, right here in the DF Dub, if you want to come out with us, we are going to be hanging out at the Arlington Improv.
Yes.
Checking out Michael Sean's LOL Thursdays. That's Laugh Out Loud Thursdays. And we are actually giving away tickets to it. All you got to do is make sure that you download Media Room 360 TV. Okay. Download that on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or on your phone. And watch all weekend long. You got to get the phrase that pays. Well, it don't pay.
Is that the phrase that pays?
The phrase that wins. You get to win tickets to the show. So we got a pair of tickets for you. And then make sure you check out Michael Sean and Takeover Legends in the mornings because they'll have a pair of tickets for you too. But you got to download the app. You got to know what the phrase to win is. Now, if you want to just hang out with me and Michael Sean, this just came about. I ain't had time to talk to y'all about this. Saturday, we will be at Truly Jazzy Boutique in Duncanville. And we'll put some information up on the pages about it. And you can come by and get you some tickets. You can meet Michael Sean, take a picture with Michael Sean, and get your tickets so you can hang out with us Thursday at the Arlington Improv. And we're going to go live. So Bink in Action, if y'all ain't got nothing to do, y'all can come over too.
Absolutely.
All right. And make sure you get up in the morning to check out Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. We start at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time and we go all the way to 9 a.m. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting show. We have interesting topics they have some interesting topics that they will be talking about, and all y'all need to come by and comment. Thank you, Kathy and Billy, for always checking in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Y'all.
And shout out Cam and Jay Black, man. It's just the whole morning team, man. It's just always loving the morning
Sexy
time.
Mo, don't forget about Sexy Mo.
Yeah, can't forget about Sexy Mo. Just got added on there. Sexy Mo.
Yeah, Sexy Mo.
And I saw that throwback on there, and they've been doing it together for a long time. So it's like you can tell the chemistry is there.
Yes, it's definitely a show. If you're in the DFW area and you've been missing Michael Sean on the terrestrial radio, well, you can get him here, and he's even better.
Yeah, he's unfiltered.
Yeah, completely unfiltered.
Unfiltered and good.
Speaking of good night. We love you.
Boom.
Okay, good night.
Hey, how you doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bed, I'm in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.